Hi, it's Thomas. We're in the Peruvian Andes. It's the day before Christmas. All these guys are about to go beat the shit out of each other. It's called Takanakui.
Takanakui is a giant mass brawl that happens every year at Christmas time in the Andes.
The basic idea with Takanakui is people build up their grievances all year, the village. Instead of getting fights, they save it, and on Christmas everybody gets in a big fight, and that's it. It's like Yom Kippur, but bloodier.
Takanakui is exclusive to the Andean province of Chumbivilcas. The province's capital, Santo Tomas, is a murderous 10-hour drive through the mountains from the nearest city.
We've been driving for 8 hours. The roads aren't just the Autobahn. Altitude sickness is kind of combining with your general car nausea in a fun way.
A bit of car sickness and a sore ass, however, seemed a small price to pay to get to see an entire town fight itself. Chumbivilcas is sort of Peru's North Dakota. It's pretty, filled with Indians, and poor as the dirt they grow their potatoes out of. Most guys here split town when they hit 16 to work in the Andes' illegal gold mining industry, because it's pretty much that or chase sheep around a mountain. The indigenous population here claims descent from the Chanca people, who not only resisted the Spanish when they invaded, but the Incas before them. The area is cut off from the rest of the country. There's basically no police, no military presence, no government services, all of which plays into the local sense of defiance against authority. A lot of Chumbivilcans also speak the native Quechua language instead of Spanish, which doesn't help so much with the alienation.
Mi nombre es Víctor Laime Mantilla. Soy docente, soy indígena y también participo en la lucha por reivindicar los derechos de los pueblos indígenas. Como verás, en las ciudades hasta ahora se sigue concibiendo de que en Chumbivilcas todavía se practica una cultura de salvajes y nosotros no estamos de acuerdo. Lima es el que decide todo. O sea, lo que dice Lima, las provincias, las regiones tienen que hacer. Como si el Perú fuera todo un país uniforme, cuando en el Perú existen más de 42 culturas que tienen distintas formas de entender y ver la realidad, el mundo.
I haven't been in a real fight since middle school, so I figured what better place to relearn the trade than a town so testosterone-charged they beat each other up for Christmas. We arrived a little before lunch to find festivities already in full swing. The lead up to the Takanakui fights is a week-long parade of drinking and dancing through the town streets.
Going this way. This is kind of the start of Takanakui. So what's happening right now is all these dudes in the chaps and like the animal things on their heads are fighters. There's a big procession right now through the town. They're like banging on doors. They're like, come out and fight, basically. The real gist of it is just that like everybody's kind of coming together, playing some pretty boss sounding music and pulling everyone out for the fight, which I think is tomorrow morning. I'm either part of these guys' tribe now or they're all gonna beat me up tomorrow.
The traditional Takanakui music is an indigenous genre called Wailia. The lyrics mostly deal with rebelling against authority, and it's so devoid of any Latin or other Western influences, it sounds like Peking opera. Wailia is played on an endless loop, much like American Christmas music, but doubly maddening because every Wailia song literally uses the same chorus.
This is the same damn song! This is the same song!
Ahí aparece esto del Wailia y en el camino, en el proceso se fusiona con el Takanakui. De las letras siempre están relacionados con esto de la libertad, del enfrentamiento. Es animar psicológicamente al danzante.
So we just got here this morning. None of us have slept. Been drinking a lot. The altitude sickness is overpowering. And we're dancing with a bunch of guys who look like things I've seen on DMT.
Es nuestra costumbre. Salina, casaca, cinchón, carbatana, pantalón de bayeta. Nosotros bailamos nuestra costumbre de Chumbivilcas, estas costumbres nuestros padres, nuestros abuelos de aquellos años.
Wow. The costumes everyone wears fall into 5 basic characters: There's the Mojeño, who wears traditional horse riding gear from the area. Then there's the Carawatana, who basically takes the Mojeño and Mad Maxifies it with a biker jacket and huge leather cowboy chaps that look like Eon Flux boots. Then they put a dead bird or a deer skull up top. This looks pretty popular with the young guys.
Whose cap am I wearing?
Then you've got the Negro, whose outfit's based not on Negroes, but rather the kind of guy who used to own Negroes. So he's a slave master, basically. And finally, there's the Langosta, which means lobster in Spanish, but also locust. In the 1940s, Chumpavilcas had a plague of locusts, so the men naturally started dressing up as them to fight. And the next year, all the locusts left, so that pretty much sealed Langosta's place in the Takanakwi pantheon. Of course, you can always just go Caragalo, which means naked rooster, which means no costume, which basically means you're just drunk. The one thing everybody wears is the traditional Peruvian ski mask. This dates back to the days when Takanakwi was the one time a year you could beat up your boss, or like the big town landowner. So disguising your identity was pretty key.
The voice they're supposed to use to like fight people and challenge people is this high-pitched falsetto thing they're doing. There's nothing more terrifying than that. An angry drunk dude in a ski mask talking to you like Tweety Bird.
As fight time drew near, the atmosphere in town started getting a little aggro.
Esto del Takanakwi sirve como un espacio de resolución de conflictos. Entonces, mucha gente, por cuestiones sentimentales, territoriales, de enemistad, de familia a familia o algo, lo resuelven ahí y algunos se miden también de manera pública, así por deporte, para decir, oh, yo también soy hombre, tú también.
After the third or fourth parade, I ran into a couple Mojeños practicing for the next day's fights. So I asked them for some tips on fighting Takanakwi style.
Okay, so what should I do?
Usted vas a fingir peleando así. Patea, 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 patea.
Oh, no, this one.
Patea, así, así, acá.
Kick that? Oh, that's so. Like that, okay.
Hay mucha gente que dice, ¿no? ¿Por qué 25? Un día de paz. Entonces, ahí también hay una razón social, ¿no? O sea, precisamente resolver conflictos y también se resume el Takanakwi como una forma de catarsis social.
Okay, it might be the alcohol speaking, but I think I'm getting pretty comfortable with it. You try to kick as much as you can, and then when you're in there, you just pound a bunch of stuff. I'm probably, gonna get my face broken, but it'll be fine. Gracias, señor.
In typical fashion, I left all my Takanakwi shopping until the day before Christmas.
Oh, here we go.
So I had to hit the town quickly and put together an outfit that wouldn't mark me as a total gringo. I went for Mojeño with a light splash of Carawatana.
It's a good parrot. Horse and eagle. Give him a little horse and give him some eagle. Just kidding, I'm on the ground for eagle. Got the guns, got the Toro. Pretty solid. Might be for kids. Everything okay? This is good, right? Okay. I think it's it. I'm good. All right. I'm ready to go fight.
Fully outfitted for Christmas, I headed back to my hotel to rest up for the big day.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Last night we got in the firework fight in this hotel room with the kid across the street whose parents own a fireworks store. So that was pretty dumb.
Oh shit.
Haven't gotten too much rest. What the? Oh, fuck you kids. Damn it. Ah! Feliz Navidad. Kids in Peru, man. Let me get ready to go watch some fights. Let's put on a jacket, ski mask. Alright, ready for some Takanakwi. What do you think? Oh! God, that was rough.
The mood in Santo Tomas on Christmas morning is convivial and family-friendly, especially in light of the violence everyone's on their way to watch and take part in.
This is the Takanakwi ring. Everybody in masks, you see, is here to fight or be fought.
A lot of areas in the Peruvian and Bolivian Andes have similar fighting festivals to Takanakwi. What distinguishes them from Takanakwi, aside from obviously not falling on Christmas, is in Chumpavilcas the whole village takes part. Guys, girls, old drunk men, even little kids. The fights are intense but fairly orderly. Punching and kicking is allowed, but there's no biting or hair pulling or hitting guys on the ground. There are also amateur officials in the ring who carry whips to make sure things don't get too one-sided or out of hand, and also to perform basic crowd control.
Esa es una forma de hacer que se mantenga el orden de Chumbiaques. Porque muchos distritos no tienen puestos policiales, ¿no? Lo primero que deberían hacer en una zona de abigetas es eso. Pero no hay, porque acá se regula la justicia de esa manera.
Things just got a little nasty. Holy shit. That just got way out of hand. Dude picked up a rock, went after the other guy. It's a little bit tense.
Antes la justicia en Chumbivilcas estaba administrada por gente de poder. La gente de las comunidades siempre perdían los juicios. ¿Qué voy a ganar en la justicia? Mejor acá yo hago justicia de manera pública.
Desde Santo Tomás, Chumbivilcas.
This is the kiddie portion of the fight now. This guy looks like he's pushing 6. Does he cry? That kid took a hard blow.
Que ahora los pueblos están haciéndose escuchar. Es como que terminamos acá y quedamos ahora, empecemos en paz. Entonces por eso que el Takanakui empieza siempre con un abrazo y también termina con un abrazo. Es un papel importante que el Takanakui desempeña.
I don't think I've ever been in a place where the idea of law seemed as kind of negligible.
There's obviously something a little incongruous about watching children and old men pummel each other's faces to meet on the Christian world's traditional day of peace. At the same time, the second the fight's over, everybody's all hugs and beers, which I feel captures the true spirit of Christmas. At least better than getting drunk with relatives you don't particularly care for.
Tomorrow there's another Takanakui in a village called Ilke. That's sort of the real deal, and that's where the fights are a lot harder and where everybody here who has a grievance that they didn't solve in Takanakui goes to like really get it done. We're gonna go there, and I'm gonna fight some kid. So I haven't done any training for this. I don't think my opponent has either, but I'm pretty sure my opponent's life is training. You ready? Okay, this is it.